The computer. Okay, welcome everybody. Thank you so much for joining me for an all levels Hatha Yoga class. So far, everyone who has zoomed in has practiced before, so I'm going to assume the audience, and I'll as ever, maybe it's been a while since you took a public class with me, or ever since maybe you've never taken a public class with me, but couple of things. You're welcome to hold postures longer than I suggest, or to come out sooner than I suggest. You can take variations of postures that we are already in. And really, you know, even if we were in a public class all together, I'm a guide. And really the best guide is your own rhythm of breath and the depth of your breath and the sensations that are arising with you within each individual posture. So as my dear friend Sarah Sullivan in Austin, Texas taught me of what Eric Schiffman has to say about asana practice. He would say, dare to do as you are inwardly prompted. So dare to do as you are inwardly prompted. I'm gonna go ahead and mute everybody. Oh, there's someone new who I don't recognize, who is called iPhone. Before I mute you, who is my mystery participant? I see, hi Cassie. I see Tony, Colby, Cassie, Lauren, Piper, Rose, and one other person.
That might have been me.
Oh, okay, maybe you're on there twice. Ooh, and I've got Monica. Hello, Monica. All right, so
Hi.
Yay. And Monica, do we know each other? Your name is not ringing a bell at the moment.
Not yet. We're going to meet today.
Yay, I'm so happy you're here. Welcome. All right, I'm going to go ahead and mute everybody. And just feel free to follow along. And when we come to the end of our practice, I will unmute everyone. And we can have a chat if you have any questions. And then let's see, I'm going to switch this over to speaker view. Let's see, maybe I'll leave it like that. And there, forgive me while I navigate some of these newer experiences here. Okay, so we're going to get started. So as I mentioned before, this is an all levels Hatha Yoga class. I will give variations for all levels of ranges of movement. So feel free to do what feels good and leave out what doesn't. The most important thing that you remember is to breathe, and to breathe long and slow, and to listen into the signals that your body is giving you. So we'll get started. Come up to stand. As many of my my friends and extended community have said, as they're recording their Zoom offerings, this is very casual. I'll do my best to dig in and find my normal level of professionalism as though we were in a public class, but I also want us to feel familiar and comfortable with each other. So I'll do my best. All right, here we go. So stand tall and with your feet hip socket distance apart. And bring your weight back toward your heels. Relax and spread your toes. And then make sure your knees are supple. So your knees are unlocked, able to bend and lengthen. Then try to bring your hands here to the tops of your thighs and to move the tops of your thighs back in space, just a little bit. So we're centering the top of the femur bone in hip sockets. And this helps to restore neutral, natural curve in your lower spine. And then bring one hand to your chest anywhere and one hand to your belly anywhere. As you bring your hands on your breathing body, soften your gaze. or close your eyes. And begin to breathe longer and more slowly as you breathe in through your nose best you can, and out through your nose or your mouth. And again, in through your nose, and out through your nose or your mouth. And now in and out of your nose best you can, breathing in long and slow. And out long and slow. And as you breathe long and slow here, try to become aware of the way your breath moves your body, not just in the front of your body, but also in the sides of your body and in your back body. Picture your lungs as a 360-degree experience. Front, sides, back. And the last couple rounds of breath here, experiment with noticing or even pausing at the top of your inhalation, and noticing or pausing at the bottom of your exhalation. So we find and establish a 4-part breath. Inhalation, slight pause at the top of inhalation, and exhalation with a slight pause at the bottom. Now let's add the arms. So we'll keep our warm up just nice and sweet and simple. So when you're ready, deep breath in, lift your heart. Keep that fullness in your heart space. As you exhale, relax your arms down, lift your head, and slowly open your eyes. Now, reestablish your weight in your heels. Toes relaxed, knees supple, thighs back. And then on your next inhale, open your arms in a T. And then exhaling, bring your hands to your top chest. Just like that, 2 more times. Breathing in, expand through your arms. Try lifting your heart. Maybe you look up. And exhale, as your hands come in, you could try bending your knees and tucking your chin. 1 more like that. Breathing in, open your arms. Try lifting your heart and look up. And as you exhale and the hands come in, try tucking your chin and bending your knees. So we're condensing through the front side. Let's keep going. This time, breathe in and reach your arms up higher. Maybe you separate your feet more. And as you exhale, bring your hands in like you're going to give yourself a hug and bend your knees, tuck your chin and round your back. Inhaling, expand out, reaching fingers to toes. Exhaling, bring your legs in, bring your arms in, tuck your chin around your back. And 1 more, breathing in, expand out. And exhale, draw in. Inhaling, stand up all the way, feet under your hips, arms up, lift your heart, look up. And then exhale and lower your arms down. So this has been a theme of mine for the last 10 days, which is to do segmented exhalation. So I imagine I'm preaching to the choir, but every time you breathe in, your heart rate goes up slightly. And every time you breathe out, your heart rate goes down slightly. So in pranayama, the study of the wisdom of the breath in yoga, the breath is a way of having more direct access to our nervous system response. So when we increase the length of exhalation, we have an opportunity to ask the nervous system or tell the nervous system to move into a relaxation response. So we're going to try something called krama pranayama, or segmented breathing. And we'll try this on exhalation. And we'll try breathing with the arms as well. So it looks like this. Big full inhalation, arms reach out or up. And then exhale your arms 1/3, breath 1/3. And then 2/3 arms and breath. And then last of your breath out here, arms come down. Inhale, reach your arms up. Let's try it all together. Exhaling arms and breath 1/3, 2/3, 3/3. Twice more, breathing in, reach your arms out and up. Exhale 1/3, 2/3, 3/3. One more time, breathe in, reach up, top of your inhale, top of your reach. Exhaling 1/3, 2/3, 3/3. Good, and then let your breath come back to an easy, effortless rhythm. And we'll try it again with the heels lifting. And I'm gonna switch over so I can see you. I like it better, being able to see you. So this next one, we'll try and lift the heels and the arms at the same time. And then lower the heels and the hands in thirds. So we're gonna try that 5 times. So take a deep breath, 1 for nothing. And then inhale, lift your heels up, lift your arms up, look at something that's not gonna move. And then exhale, heels and arms 1/3, breath 1/3, 2/3 down, and 3/3 all the way down. 4 more times like that. Breathe in, lift your heels and arms up. Exhaling, heels, arms, breath, 1/3, 2/3, 3/3. 3 more times. Breathe in, reach your arms up. If you want, you can try holding your breath in briefly at the top. Exhaling, 1/3 pause, 2/3 pause, 3/3 pause. 2 more. Breathing in. Follow your breath. Lift arms up, heels up. Exhale, 1, 2, 3. Last one. Inhale, heels, arms up. Exhale, 1, 2, 3. Awesome. And take a breath and Wiggalasana. Yeah, good Wiggalasana. All right, so let's keep going. We'll do some chair pose. So feet about hip socket distance apart. Weight in your heels, knees supple, thighs back. Breathe in, lift your chest. Breathe out, relax your shoulders down. Soft face and eyes. Inhale, reach your arms up and overhead. Exhaling, bend your knees and your elbows. Chair pose with cactus arms. Inhaling, stand up, arms up. Exhaling, arms down. I'm going to try that again. Try pausing with your breath, top of your inhale, bottom of your exhale. Inhale, arms up and overhead, hold. Exhale, bend your knees and elbows, and hold. Inhale, stand up, arms up, hold. Exhale, arms down, hold. Try it 2 more times. Inhale, arms up, hold. Exhale, bend your knees and elbows, hold. Inhale, stand up, arms up, hold. Exhale, arms down. Hold. You can leave out the holds if that works better for you. One more time, breathe in, reach up. Exhale, bend your knees and elbows. Maybe you sit down a little bit more. This time, let's hold here one full breath. Inhale, stand up, arms up. Exhale, arms down. And wiggle if you want. All right, let's add 7 spinal movements now. If you want a challenge on your balance, you could try bringing your feet closer together, or you can keep your feet hip socket distance apart. Weight in your heels. On your next inhale, reach your arms up and overhead. Side bending, exhale, lower your right arm and lean toward the right. Inhale, come back to the middle. Exhaling, lower your left arm and lean toward the left. Inhale, back to the middle. Now twist, exhaling, turn to the right, arms in cactus or a T. Inhale, come back to the middle. Exhaling, turn toward the left. Inhale, back to the middle. Exhaling, bend your knees. This time, try keeping your arms up. Deep breath here as you exhale. Bring your elbows to your knees, or your hands toward your shins, or toward the floor, and bow forward, lengthening your legs. Take at least one full cycle of breath here in your forward bend, or with your knees bent and your hands or your elbows on your knees. This would be for folks whose lower backs don't love to forward bend. And then when you're ready to come out, breathe in, stand up, reach up, arms up. And stay here breathing, arms up and overhead, and add any amount of a back bend. So remember, your eyeballs lifting is a back bend. Keep breathing. You could support the back of your head, so your hands on the back of your head, or you could bring your hands to your lower back. Keep rooting through your toes, weight in your heels. Added challenge, arms up, lift your heart, look up, kick your arms back, lean back. Inhaling, stand up, tuck your chin, reach up through your fingertips. And exhale, lower your arms down. And again, wiggle if you want. So let's do the same thing, 7 spinal movements. You're welcome to hold anywhere longer. And for side bending, this time I'll offer legs together, fingers interlaced, first fingers up, and then you can lean with your arms up if you'd like. So inhale, reach your arms up and overhead. Exhaling, lean to the right. Remember, your right arm can come down, or you can keep your both arms reaching up and to the right. Inhaling, come back to the middle. Stretch up. Exhaling, lean to the left. Keep breathing. Inhale, come back to the middle. Twist, exhale to the right. Arms in a T or cactus, look side or look back. Inhale, back to center, reach up. Exhaling, twist to the left. Inhale, back to the middle. Exhaling, bend your knees and try and keep your arms up. Take a breath. And then next, exhale, elbows to your knees, hands to your shins, or hands toward the floor, standing forward bend. Find your breath here and try and focus on your exhalation and its ability to help you get a little softer and more released. Bend your knees again, sit your hips back. Inhaling, come up through chair, arms up, reach up, stand up, legs long, arms long. And then stay uplifted as you breathe for your choice of back bend. So eyeballs lifting is a back bend. You could try bringing your weight more into your heels. You could try bringing your hands to the back of your head or to your lower back. Take one more full cycle of breath. And then inhaling, reach your arms up, tuck your chin. And exhale, lower your arms down. And again, wiggle if you wanna. All right, let's move through some salutations to the sun. So give yourself a moment, readjust your outfit, readjust your hair. Weight in your heels, thighs back, chest up, shoulders soft. Keep your gaze steady, but in Sanskrit, we call the gaze in asana ardha drishti or kumari lochana. Ardha drishti means your gaze is half in and half out. So you're aware of the yoga and the instruction of the yoga, but also very much aware of what's happening on the inside. Kumari lochana I love too. It comes from goddess-based traditions. It means to find your princess eyes. So to soften your eyelids and have a dreamy like visage. All right. So princess eyes, ardha drishti, half in, half out. Awareness on your breathing and physiological sensation. On your next inhale, reach your arms up and overhead. Exhaling, bend your knees, elbows to your knees, pause. Take a breath here and stay, or exhaling, hands touch down, lengthen your legs, standing forward bend. Take a full cycle of breath here. Feel free to stay longer. You could shift your weight from one foot to the other. This is what elephants do to process. They sway. So you can sway as you process the sensation present in your body. And then step your left foot back, lowering your knee, or you can keep it lifted. Hands to your front thigh. Stay, or inhale your arms up and overhead. Anjaneyasana, low lunge. If you're having trouble in your lower back, your SI joints, you could keep your hips over your standing knee and work on pulling your front heel and your back knee toward each other to really strengthen through the muscles in your hips. Or last couple of rounds of breath here, you could try adding some stretch for the front of the back leg thigh and shift your hips forward. Breathing in, try and lift your whole upper body up away from your lower body. Exhaling, lower your hands down, tuck your back toes, lift your knee and thigh. Step your back foot forward. Breathing in, lift up halfway. And exhale, fold forward. Stay a breath. Stay longer if you want to. Notice if you feel any tension or tightness in your shoulders, your neck, and your head. This is a great way to release tension through the upper body. Yes, we might get some leg stretching, hamstring stretching, but also do try and release through your upper body. Maybe even bend your knees and bounce a little bit with your upper body on your lower body, just to release any holding that doesn't need to happen. And then step your right foot back, lowering your knee. Hands to your front thigh. Turn to your breath. Ardha drishti, your gaze half in and half out. Princess eyes. Stay or inhale your arms up and overhead. Anjaneyasana, low lunge on the left side. Remember, you can shift your hips back to help stabilize through your lower back, hips, and SI joints. Press the floor away from you with your feet. Or you could, last couple of breaths, try shifting your hips forward any amount. When you're ready to come out, breathe in And try and really lift your upper body up and away from your lower body. Exhaling, hands touch down. Tuck your back toes. Lift your back knee and thigh. Step your back foot forward. Breathing in, lift up halfway. And exhale, fold. Inhaling, stand up, arms up. If you're lightheaded, tuck your chin. And exhale, lower your arms down by your sides. And then, again, you can wiggle if you want to. And we're going to try 2 more of those just half salutations. Feel free to hold anything longer to come out sooner. And we'll get started. Weight in your heels, thighs back. Deep breath in through your nose, out through your nose or your mouth. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend your knees, hands to your knees, or elbows to your knees. Deep breath here. Stay or exhale, bow forward, hands toward the ground, lengthen your legs any amount. At least 1 full cycle of breath here. This time, step your right foot back first. Right foot steps back, lowering your knee. Hands to thigh or inhale your arms up and overhead. Good. And hold here as you breathe. We can change upper arm position here, or upper body position. Arms in cactus. Keep breathing. Or downward facing cactus. Or you can bring your hands to your back pockets. Or try interlacing your fingers behind your back and stretch your knuckles toward your back foot. When you're ready to come out, press down through your foundation, your feet, your shin. Inhaling, lift your arms up. Exhale, lower your hands. Tuck your back toes, lift your knee and thigh. Breathing in, step your back foot forward, lift up halfway. Exhaling, fold. So you follow your breath. Doesn't have to match my pace. Long, full breath in your forward bend. And then step your left foot back, lowering your knee. Hands to thigh or inhale your arms up and overhead. Hold here as you breathe. Again, your choice, cactus arms. I carry a lot of stress and tension in my jaw and in my shoulders, so cactus arms is a great way of countering that. I also find downward facing cactus arms can help to stretch through pec muscles and even through like cell phone hand and forearms if you really stretch through your fingers. And you can stay or interlace your fingers behind you. If this is your second time interlacing, try crossing your opposite first finger and thumb in front. And then pressing through your feet, inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, lower your hands down. Keep breathing. Tuck your back toes. Lift your knee and thigh. Step your back foot forward. Breathing in, lift up halfway. Remember, you can bend your knees, elbows to your knees. Exhale, fold. Inhaling, stand up, arms up. Exhale, arms down. And wiggle if you wanna. All okay? Thumbs up? Yeah? And my teacher's words, Douglas Brooks, he would say, "Is this interesting? Are we having a good time?" And then moves on. So moving on. Let's add now some weight bearing through the arms. So I'll give some options for this. So standing at the top of your mat, breathe in, reach your arms up. Exhaling, fold forward. Remember, you can bend your knees and pause with your elbows on your knees. Inhaling, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Step your left foot back. Try keeping your knee lifted this time. Hands to thigh. Stay or inhale your arms up and overhead. On an exhale, lower your hands back down, framing the front foot. Let's add a twist as well. So you could lower your back knee or keep it lifted. Left hand on the floor, or you could come up to your fingertips. And then bring your right hand to your knee or your hip or up in the sky for a twist. Turn attention to your breath and find your inner guide. So listen in to the sensation that's arising in your body. And that beautiful Eric Schiffman quote, "Dare to do as you are inwardly prompted." And on an inhale, lower your right hand, exhaling, pause, and then lower your back knee, keep breathing. And come to your hands and knees. So as you come to your hands and knees, if you'd rather not bear weight through your hands or your wrists, you could come down onto your forearms instead. So pause on your hands and knees and push the ground away from you with whatever is touching the floor. So if it's your forearms, press down through your hands, press down through your shins and the tops of your feet. And keep breathing. And imagine as you breathe in that you're filling your back body with breath. So your back body expands. And that as you exhale, your front body is lifting up toward your back body. So your belly organs and your lungs even push up towards your back, your heart. Try that again, breathing into your back body. Fill up your back and exhale, hug your front toward your back. Now your choice, you could stay right where you are, take 5 more breaths, or you could walk your hands forward and try and keep your hips over your knees and lower your forehead down for quarter dog or puppy pose, or tuck your toes and stretch your hips back and up for downward facing dog. Whichever version you take, once you arrive, give yourself 5 more full cycles of breath and feel free to move inside the shapes. If you're in downward facing dog, you might pedal your feet and shift your hips from side to side. If you're on hands and knees, you could practice some cow and cat. Breathing in, lift your heart. Breathing out, round your back. And if you're in puppy pose, you could try breathing in to really puff into your back body. And breathing out to try softening your heart and your head down. When you're done, make your way back to standing forward bend. Bend your knees if you need to, want to. Turn attention to your breath. Try and find the 4 parts of your breath present. And then bend your knees and sit your hips back as you come to chair pose. Elbows to your knees or hands to your heart. And breathe here. Inhaling, stand up, arms up. Exhaling, arms down. Warrior 1. Step your left foot back, turning your heel down. So you can step your feet wider, right to left for better stability. or shorter front to back for better stability. Bending your front knee, inhale, reach your arms up and overhead. As you exhale, bend your elbows and lean your upper body forward until you feel one long line from your heel to the crown of your head. Stay or reach your arms back, palms facing down. Squeeze your shoulder blades toward each other. Keep breathing. Stay or hands to your back pockets or interlace your fingers behind your back. Stay or inhaling, lift your heart, look up. Exhaling, tuck your chin and fold forward any amount. You could put your hands on your knee to support you, or you could try bringing the crown of your head down toward the inner edge of your right foot, arms away from your back. Keep breathing, keep pressing down through your feet. When you're ready to come out, press down through your feet again. Inhaling, rise up, arms up. And exhaling, lower your arms down and step your back foot forward and wiggle if you wanna. And then second side, step your right foot back. Remember, you can stand wider for better stability, left to right, and shorter front to back for better stability. Bend your front knee, inhaling, reach your arms up and overhead. Warrior one, Vira Bhadra Asana one. Vira Hero, keep breathing. Bhadra, auspicious. Bend your elbows. So an auspicious hero, a warrior, someone who knows the best thing to do at any given moment. So knowing the Sanskrit can really help create a feeling of resonance in the body. You are that hero. You are that auspicious gift, the person within who knows the best thing to do at any given moment. But you can stay here, hands to your back pockets, or you can interlace your fingers. If you interlace last time, try with your opposite first finger and thumb in front. And then breathing out, any amount, bow forward. You can pause in one long line from your heel to the crown of your head. Remember, you can support yourself with your hands on your front thigh if you need a little more support. Or you could tuck your chin and bow forward, reaching the arms away from the body carefully and taking the crown of your head down toward the floor. Keep pressing through your feet, keep breathing. To come out, press down through your feet, lift your belly organs in and up, inhaling, rise up, arms up. Exhale, lower your arms and step forward. You can wiggle again if you want. Let's do another vinyasa or salutation to transition to the next shapes. So standing at the top of your mat, breathing in, reach your arms up. Exhale and fold forward. Feel free to bend your knees. Inhaling, lift halfway. Exhaling, fold. Step your right foot back. I think we forgot to twist on that second side, so we're going to do it here. The right hand on a block if you need it, have it, or the floor. Left hand to your knee or your hip or up in the sky. Turn attention to your breath. Remember, your back knee can come down if that suits you better. Try to, if your back knee is lifted, try to keep your legs super strong. Squeeze your muscles onto your bones. And then coming out, inhale, lower your left hand. Keep breathing, lower your right knee. And step your left knee back, hands and knees. Your choice here. Forearms down or hands down, breathing in, lift your heart. Exhaling, round your back. So lift your rib cage to round your back. Inhaling, lift your heart. Exhaling, come back toward a child's pose. Stay anywhere longer. So you can stay here or breathe in, come up, hands and knees, lift your heart, and then child's pose again, or tuck your toes and stretch your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Let's hold here 5 breaths. And it could be 5 in your downward dog as you pause and listen into your breath and your body. Or you could move if you want. You could come back down to your knees. Inhaling, lift your heart. Exhaling, round your back. And 2 more breaths. If you'd like, you could practice a vinyasa. Find your plank pose, hips and shoulders in one line. Exhaling, bend your elbows. Crack a walnut between your shoulder blades. Inhale, cobra pose or upward facing dog. And exhale, back, hands and knees, child's pose or downward facing dog. Walk or hop toward the top of your mat. Breathing in, lift up halfway. Breathing out, fold forward. Inhaling, stand up, arms up. And exhaling, arms down. And readjust your clothing. And then take a wide stance. So take a wide stance and we'll work through some warrior 2-like shapes. Turn your right toes out and your left toes in. And let your back toes turn in so that your hips can turn slightly forward as you bend your right knee. So no need for the hips to turn open side. Really better for SI joints and lower back. If you turn from your femurs, let your hips turn the way that they would naturally. Now to open your arms for warrior, try turning with your upper body. So lift your heart and turn open side and then open your arms. And you can look side if you're feeling any tension or discomfort in your neck. Lately I have, so I really prefer to just keep my nose and my heart in the same line for a lot of these poses. Or you can turn and look over your right arm. Just 108 more breaths here. Kidding. Side angle pose. Lower your right forearm toward your thigh, and your left arm can reach straight up. Or you can reach your left arm overhead. And then same thing here, this beautiful teaching I just received from Mary Richards, who is a longtime student of Judith Lassiter. Those folks are now saying that it's actually healthier for the longevity of the neck in poses like this one and in triangle to keep your nose and your heart in the same line so we don't create stress in the facet joints of the neck. So rather than turning to look up, which was the way I was always taught, try taking that out of your practice for a while and bringing your heart and your nose in one line. This is food for thought. Pressing down through your feet as you inhale, come up, straighten your right leg, and exhaling, lower your arms down, and then turn your toes and step your feet underneath you for a moment and march in place or wag your hips. And then let's do Utkatta Konasana, such a powerful pose, goddess pose, fierce double angle pose. So separate your feet, toes turning out, heels in slightly, and reach your arms up. So first pose we go through, Donna Farhi would call navel radiation, navel radiating breath. So imagine your belly button as the center of your being. And as you breathe in, reach the breath out into your toes and fingers. And stay as you exhale and imagine drawing your awareness, your energy back in towards your navel. So breathing in to expand out and breathing out to draw in. I'm gonna try that 3 more times. So there's not really outer movement here, maybe a little bit, but more of an inner awareness of your inhalation and its ability to help you expand out, and your exhalation and its ability to help you draw in. One more. And now let's add some movement. So breathing in, reach and expand outward. And as you exhale, bend your knees and your elbows. Inhaling, stretch up. Exhaling, bend your knees and elbows. Inhaling, stretch up. Maybe you practice pause at the top. Exhaling, bend. Maybe you practice pause at the bottom. Stay here at the bottom, breathing. You can support yourself more with your hands on your knees if you want, or on your thighs. You could even lean forward here to change sensation in your hips. Maybe with your hands on your knees, you move your shoulders right and left, just adding a little bit of twist and movement through your shoulder blades. And when you're ready to come out, press through your feet, inhaling, expand out, and exhaling, lower your arms down. Take a few breaths. And then we'll do warrior two on the left side. So the breath is such a great guide through asana, through life, through the philosophy of yoga even. So bend your left knee and open your arms. And hold here as you breathe. And notice that quality of the breath to expand and to condense. This is one of my favorite definitions of yoga from my teacher, Dr. Douglas Brooks, of late. He says, yoga is taking what's outside and bringing it in. And yoga is taking what's inside and bringing it out. And especially now, I keep thinking of that. We're all inside, and we're inside ourselves and our process. Side angle pose, lower your forearm towards your thigh or your hand toward a block or the floor, and then reach your right arm up or forward over your ear. And you can stay there, or you can reach your left hand down. So we're all inside, we're inside our own process of processing all of this information. And at the same time, here we are reaching out, offering the gifts that we have to offer. Taking the time to spend with each other in this way. And we tell the stories so that we have to hold the poses for longer periods of time. Pressing down through your feet, inhale, come up, lengthen your left leg, and exhale, lower your arms down, turn your toes, and then again, step your feet in and under you, give your hips a minute. And then let's try wide-legged standing forward bend. So separate your feet. You can bend your knees or keep your legs long. And as you breathe out, hands come to your thighs or your shins, toward blocks or toward the floor. Remember, you can bend your knees. And do your best here, as long as your lower back feels all right with it, to release through your upper back, through your neck and through your shoulders. If your lower back is feeling cranky, a couple ways you can change this pose. One could be to bring your hands forward underneath your shoulders so that your spine is more level with the ground. And then the other one could be to bend your knees. So you could turn your toes out some here. Or if you have books or blocks, you could bring your hands up higher. And then try bending your right knee. Turn your right toes out a little bit and walk your hands over towards your right foot. Take a breath. Move through the middle. Turn your left toes out, bending your left knee. Walk your hands toward the left and take a breath. And then come back to the middle. You could walk your hands, arms forward and practice more of a wide-legged downward facing dog if you'd like. And remember, if none of these options feels particularly good to you at the moment, you can always come to a seat and pause and rest your hands in your lap or bring your hands to your heart or your breathing body. And wherever you are, take 3 more full cycles of breath. And try to sense and feel for your breath in your back. When you're ready to come out, walk your hands underneath your shoulders. If you want, you could toe heel your feet in closer and bend your knees. And then bring your hands to your thighs or your hips. And inhaling, stand up all the way. Arms can come up if you want. If you're lightheaded, tuck your chin. And on an exhale, lower your arms down. And then step your feet in and under you once again. All right, one more time, take a wide stance. And let's move toward triangle pose. Let's do the left side first. Turn your left toes out. And turn your right toes more forward, maybe even hips turning a little bit more forward. Right hand can stay at your hip. You can bend your left knee, and then, or you can keep it long. And then bring your left hand toward your thigh or toward your shin, lengthening your left leg any amount. You could bring your left hand down toward a stack of books or a block, your fingertips or the floor. And you can stay here. Your front knee can bend. Or try lifting your right arm up and then turn your heart and your nose toward the side wall. So again, that suggestion from the physiologist and yoga teacher Mary Richards, student of Judith Lassiter, the great mother of restorative yoga. So she says, keep your heart and your nose in the same line, rather than turning to look up. Keep your heart and your nose in the same line. Keep breathing, press down through your feet, and then bend your front knee any amount. Right hand back to your hip, or you can lead yourself up with your right hand like you're pulling on a rope that's pulling you up. Change sides. Right toes turn out, left toes turn in, and you can bend your front knee some here. You can turn your hips more forward here, a little bit. So let the hips move the way that they would naturally without trying to force them to turn open to the side. Right hand to your knee, steady breathing, or you could bring your right hand to your shin, lengthening your right leg any amount. Your right hand could reach toward a block or toward the floor. And be compassionate with yourself if you notice any difference in the two sides of your body. So one side, the body might just go right into a pose without any complaint. And on the other side, the vectors through your body might be really different. So maybe you don't stay as long on one side, or you give yourself more space by staying up higher in the pose. Left hand can lift up. And then you could try keeping your hips turning forward, turning your heart and your nose open toward the side. Yeah, good. Well, now I'm looking side. I can see lots of good things happening. When you're ready to come out, bend your right knee, press down through your feet, try and draw your low belly in to support you, and then imagine there's a rope pulling you up with your left hand as you come up. Good, and then turn your feet toward the side and step your legs under you, and you can wiggle if you want. All right, one last wide-legged standing forward bend, and then we're gonna come to sit. So separate your feet And you can bend your knees, bring your hands to your knees or your shins or toward blocks or toward the floor. You could slide your hands back so the heels of your hands line up with the heels of your feet. Keep breathing. Remember, you can bend your knees. Maybe your arms come forward and you practice another wide-legged downward facing dog. Or if you have an inversion practice and you feel comfortable experimenting a little bit with going upside down, you could just try keeping your arms straight. Hands underneath your shoulders and lift your heels up. Keep breathing. Or if your forearms come down, or your tripod headstand shape comes easily, you could experiment with lifting your feet up. Go slow. Don't forget to breathe. Wherever you are, take 5 more full cycles of breath. And if your feet were up, try and lower them with as much grace as you can muster. And bring your hands underneath your shoulders. And step your feet in underneath your hips and bow forward. And then bend your knees and come to sit. So you're welcome to give yourself a minute here to find props so you feel more comfortable in your seat. If you want to sit up on a blanket or a pillow, you can do that. And you could sit cross-legged or up on your heels or with your legs extended. And let's revisit for a moment, the spinal column. So lean a little bit right and left, move the flesh of your buttocks away from your sitting bones. And turn attention to your breathing. You could bring your hands to your breathing body. And on your next inhale, try to lengthen up through your spine, front of the spine and the back of your spine. Keep that fullness as you exhale, relax your shoulders down, arms down, soft gaze. And then breathing in, lift your left arm up. And as you exhale, lean toward the right. Long, slow breath. You could push into your right hand to send the left rib cage more toward the left. In other words, make more of a C shape with your spine to stretch through the muscles in the sides of your breathing body. When you're ready to come out, breathing in, reach your left arm up again, and then exhale and lower your left arm down. Inhaling, lift your right arm up. And exhaling, lean over toward the left. Heart and nose in line. You could press your left hand into the floor more, like you're trying to scoot yourself toward the right. Push into your left hand. And try and send your right ribs over toward the left. So you're making more of a crescent shape, a C shape. Anchor through your right sitting bone. Keep breathing into your side body. Inhaling, come up, right arm lifting, spine long. And exhale, lower your right arm down. Now, twisting through your upper spine only. So anytime your hips are fixed, like in this position in a seat, it's important to remember that your lower spine is also fixed and that the lower spine really doesn't twist a whole lot. So twisting will happen more in your upper spine here. So just try not to twist from your bones, but rather think about twisting from your muscles and your inner body. So big breath in. As you exhale, turn your heart toward the right. Right hand can come behind you, and your left hand could come to your left knee. Or if you'd like, you can try reaching it towards your right knee. But just notice what happens in your lower back, and can you keep more of the sensation of twisting in your upper spine, your shoulders, and your neck. And inhale, come back to the middle. Exhaling, pause in the middle before you try the second side. Breathe in, lengthen, hips to armpits. And then exhale, turn toward your left hand behind you, right hand to your right knee, or you can cross your right hand toward your left knee. But keep breathing here to help you lengthen through your lower back and turn only through your upper back. It's almost like, as you breathe here, you're turning your right ribs toward the left, but at the same time, try and turn your left ribs toward the right. So you're creating a little bit of inner resistance. You're like you're trying to square your hips forward, even as you turn your shoulders side. And then inhale, unwind. Exhaling, pause. Breathe in, both arms reach up. Hold here as you breathe. Try hooking your thumbs and stretch your arms up, palms together. Reach up. And then exhale, hands together and down through the center line of your body. Eyes soft or eyes closed. Turn attention to your breath. And let's use this again as a moving meditation. So focusing on Samariti Pranayama, even inhale and exhale through the nose with slight holds at the top and at the bottom. And we'll try some lengthening of exhale. So feel free to change your leg position whenever you need to, or to just do your breath here and lie down on the floor if you feel ready to lie down. Breathing in, reach your arms up. Palms together, exhaling down through the center line of your body. At the bottom, part the hands, arms down. Inhaling, reach up. Try holding your breath in at the top. Hook your thumbs, stretch your arms long. And then exhale, hands together and down through the center line of your body. Hands part. Try holding your breath out at the bottom as you tuck your chin. Inhaling, reach your arms up. Maybe heart lifts, you look up, thumbs can hook, hold at the top. Exhale, hands together and down through the center line of your body. Arms part at the bottom. Hold. Inhale, 5 counts. To reach your arms up at the top of your inhale, top of your reach. Exhale, 5 counts. Hands together and down. One more, 5 count. Inhale, arms up. Lift your heart, maybe face up. Exhale, palms together, 5 counts. This time, hands come to rest on your knees. Inhaling, 5 counts. Try holding briefly at the top, eyes soft or closed. And exhale, 5 counts. Try holding briefly at the bottom. Inhale, 5 or 6 counts. Hold. Exhale, 5 or 6 counts. Hold. Try again 4 more times. Breathing in long and slow. Maybe slight ujjayi, valve at the back of your throat. Hold at the top up to 3 counts. And then breathe out long and slow. And try holding your breath out at the bottom. Do this 3 more times. Soft face and eyes. When you're done, you can come back to an easy, effortless rhythm of breath. Or if it still feels good, you could continue with this depth of breath. 6 count inhale, 3-part hold. 6 count exhale, 3 count hold. Whatever your breathing pattern here, bring your awareness to your back body. And sit back into yourself. Anytime you feel the call, you can return your breath to an easy, effortless rhythm. And in these last few minutes of sitting with your breath and with awareness upon interior space, consider your back and the foundation of your posture, your seat. In yogic anatomy, the back of the body represents Purusha, our cosmic consciousness. And our seat is sometimes called Sahasradala chakra, which means thousands of roots, like an aspen grove. And this is a description of the ways in which we are all connected to each other, this meditative way that we can communicate with each other. It's right here. When we sit back, when we sit back into ourselves. Good. Softly blink your eyes open. And before we come to Shavasana, I want to say thanks, and I'll talk you out of Shavasana in a few minutes too. But I also wanted to offer some of us, we've been studying this stuff together for a long time, and there might be others of us here in the Zoom for whom this is our first time practicing together. So again, I want to thank you for venturing into something maybe new, and also to offer another teaching from my teacher, my philosophy teacher, Dr. Douglas Brooks, who says that one of the things that yoga gives us, one of the most powerful things, is what's called kaulika siddhi. And kaulika comes all the way, this is Sanskrit. Kaulika comes all the way into English as cowlick, like the coils of hair. Yeah. And siddhi means like S-I-D-D-H-I, not siddhi, but siddhi means superpower. So the power that we get from our practice of yoga, from tuning in to ourselves, is that we recognize that we are coiled together. We are inextricably interwoven. And so even though we may be sitting, and I'll share this just in my own experience, even though I may be sitting at times, and especially now, alone in a room, every time I sit for meditation, I feel even more connected, even more interwoven and intertwined with all the people I've ever meditated with, and with all the people who are meditating. So my hope is the same happens for you, that you remember Kaulika Siddhi, that we are inextricably interwoven in this sweet and beautiful way. So thanks again. Let's take Shavasana, and I'll talk you out of it in a few minutes as well. Lie down on your back, please. Give yourself a minute to get more comfortable. So if you want to put on socks or cover yourself up with a blanket, or cover your eyes. So we say, be the princess and the pea. So everything just so. And once you do come to lie down, do your best to do nothing at all. As my dear friend and colleague Sarah Rose says, the purpose of yoga, purpose of Shavasana, is to have whatever experience it is you are having. Nothing to do. Flow of breath just as it is. Flow of thought just as it is. Good. And breathe in and out. And breathing easy, start to move again. Your toes, your fingers, your feet, hands. And stretch through your arms and your legs. And one after the other, bend your knees in towards your body. And either roll to one side and pause, or if you'd like, you can curl your head in towards your heart and rock and roll forward and back through your spine. And make your way up to sit. And sitting tall, you bring your hands together in front of your heart. Bow your head to your own heart. And this a gesture of thanks as we bow head to heart to acknowledge the wisdom that lies beneath the brain, the wisdom of the breath and the heart and the wisdom of the body. And this hand position in yoga we call Anjali Mudra. Anjali, the lotus bud, our infinite unfolding. And mudra, to seal, to draw the benefit of practice deeply within. So we may hold it with us throughout the day and throughout this time. It's such an honor and a deep pleasure to be here with you. I like to end with a couple of traditional closing chants. One is a closing invocation, just to carry our yoga forward. And the other one is traditional protective mantra. So I'll say the protective mantra first. It's called the Mahamrityunjaya mantra. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sukandim Pushti Vardhanam Purva Rukamiva Bandhanam Mrityor Mukshamamrita. Swasti Prajabhyaha Paripalayantam Nyayena Margena Mahimahishaha Go Brahmanyebhyaha Shubhamastu Nityam Lokaha Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. In the paths that we walk, may we have the tools, find the tools we need to care for ourselves well and for each other. May our leaders be fair and kind. May all beings experience sweetness and peace. 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 Thank you. Namaste. I'm going to turn the mute off. There we go. How was that, everybody?
Awesome. Thank you, Libby.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So good.
Well,
Yes,
good.
thanks, Libby.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks so much for joining me. It's so much better with your company. I'll do more. I haven't set a regular schedule for myself, which I keep considering and not doing, but I will try and let you all know in as much advance as I can if you want to do it again. And and I'll also offer a couple different levels. Like we may really kind of hit the asana at one point, and maybe another time we'll do more more gentle yoga. So just keep your eye out and hang in there.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
love
you.
you all.
Thank you.
Blowing you kisses. All right, talk later.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye
Bye.
everybody.
All right.